Hey guys, it's Crazy Horse here. So what we're currently doing is heading inbound to a target, and so we have some predefined waypoints, but we've just gotten some additional information. And for this, our map is on. We're going to just say that's a data link at this point. But what we're going to do is we're going to come down here. We're going to look. We're coming down here. We have a friendly unit that has been separated from his group, and he's got 4 BTR-80s and a large group of paratroopers that are pretty close to him. So what we need to do is we need to verify 381 feet for the APCs and 375 for the troops. We do that because what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here to my waypoints. I'm going to switch this to waypoint. I'm going to hit waypoint. I'm going to look up here, go to waypoint 2. $6,562. That's not going to work because on those they're at 380. So this is really easy to fix. We're going to do 380 and boom. Go to waypoint 3, which is our infantry, and we just got called out that they're going to be at 376 feet. So we look down here, we're on waypoint 3, 376, boom. Rotate that back over to mission now. And that should give you the appropriate position. We're going to set that to IP. We're going to climb up to about 10,000 feet. So at this point, we are 17 miles from our IP. We're getting close. So TGP on. Master Arm on, and Laser on. We're going to go over our weapons real quick. So, starting from the left-hand side, I have 2 GBU 54s, 2 GBU 38s, 2 GBU 12s. And then we have 7 M151Ls, which are laser rockets. And then we also have 1 GBU 10. So, we need to set up our weapons. And I know because I am the lead on this flight that my laser code is 1681, and you can see right here it's flashing 1688. So we go to inventory, hit a GBU 54, GBU 54 1688, and change laser code. Now we're going to hit 1681 like we were supposed to. There we go. Hit load. You know this one's done. This has no laser. And that is a GBU 12. Load. We're going to go into our rockets. They're under rockets. 1681, and laser code's on the left here. And hit load. Same thing here. This is a GBU 54. There we go. Load. And we only have one more here, and that's a GBU 12. GBU 12. Load that. And then we also have a GBU 10. Alright. Now the other thing we need to do, we need to go into our profiles here. And you can see we're on the GBU 54. We are on a CCRP, which is what I want. I want to look at my GBU 38. Profile, CCRP, and then I want to look at my GBU 12. CCIP, I want to move that to CCRP and hit save. And then let's go back and look at this one on the profile, CCIP, and we again want CCRP on laser, on anything laser. Alright, so that's all set up. And we're going to discontinue any weapons. So you can see we're just approaching our target, and our TGP is coming up. So we're going to switch from IP here in a minute. What we're going to do now is we're going to go to control, air to ground, control. We're going to turn our latch on. What this does is allows you just to push the button and it to stay on. If you look, you can also do latitude, longitude, or MGRS. That's what I prefer. So I'm going to hit 1681 on the UFC and hit this right here. This is also where you're going to set the laser search, so if your buddy is lasing for you. Alright, so now that we're on that, TGP is properly up, we're going to go ahead and set it to the armor target. You can see we're 40 miles away, and we're at about 10,000 feet. And we're coming on a right-hand bank. Now, because we're approaching a target, I'm not going to go direct in on it. I'm going to come at a point that'll get us closer, but that it's a slight offset. The reason we do this is just to make sure that we can keep that TGP in a correct line, and we can set up a run depending on what we're doing. Here we go. And I'm going to set us to an altitude hold. 10,000 feet will be acceptable for this run. So what we're going to do next is we're going to set our TGP on SOI, and then we're going to slave over to that target, and I'm going to change from the camera to either a black hot or a white hot, and we'll see which one's going to work best. Now you can see we're still 44 miles out. We're a little far out. Probably won't be able to use that until we're about 40 to 30 miles out. So as I look over there, I can also see an X. That X is going to indicate that there is a friendly there, and that's a friendly we got briefed on. And as you look down here, you can see the X in the TGP. So that's very important to know as you get your visual. Alright, so here we go. We're starting to get into range. What we're going to do is go ahead and go to a narrow, start zooming in, and la-di-da-di, there we go. We have our first target. We'll go to white hot. First target's right there, but if we zoom out, we'll see all of them. 1, 2, 3, and there's number 4 sitting beside that building. And then you can see we also have a large group of infantry sitting there. So I also want to zoom out, and I want to come over here to wherever that X is, and I just want to get visual on our friendly. There he is. And how we do our attack runs is going to be very important. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this to a point target. We have a good little ways until we're close enough to really be effectively using this. Right now we're in more of a recon mode. So if you look here, you can see that we're at 10,370. And our actual is 10,140. Now you can make things lighter and darker depending on how you like it and what's going to give you the best view. So that 7 right there is actually really good. So the next thing we need to talk about, we're going to go to the TAD for this, and I'm going to turn map auto off. So if you look down here, you can see that north is to our right. When you look at the TAD, you're going to see north right there, that arrow, and it's to our right. So we know that that is showing a true. So if we're approaching from the east on our keyhole, we are approaching from Bravo at 10,000 feet. The keyholes are very important because we need to know, especially on this target here, I need to know that I cannot do a direct north to south run. Let's go to the map and look at that. So north, actually we need to do a north to south run looking at this map. So you can see, if I was to come this direction at all, I place our friendly at risk. So if I'm coming on the current path that I'm coming from east to west, all of my rounds are a danger. So what I'd want to do is I'd want to swing out and go to Charlie or go to Alpha, depending on what's going to be best for this. And since there's buildings that we're looking at here on Alpha, Charlie is going to be our best run. So we need to set that up on how we fly into the target. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come to the left here. So we're at about 20 miles. And your trim is never going to be perfect, so you're going to be on stick a lot. So this is where we're going to break on this video. This was just a basic keyhole, getting alignment and setup, and we'll be back with a couple of different tack runs, demonstrating our different weapons.